Hello, and thanks for joining me today. So this is part 5 of our RHCSA series on hands-on exam practice. Part 4 of this video was on how to configure local storage. So that's we've looked at this, and the tasks we considered for that are essentially these two, where we did set up LVM and created a swap partition. So for this particular exam objective, we're going to look at two tasks as well. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. And if you are already subscribed, please do share with anyone who is, also preparing for RHCSA or just someone who is trying to learn Linux in general. So let's get in. So it says on node 1, this node 1, we are on node 1, resize the existing cloud LV logical volume to 250 MB. So a size between this to 270 is acceptable. So while resizing its file system accordingly. This size between this range that has been provided that is acceptable, that's because it depends on the physical and logical extent sizes that were used. And if you have been asked to do this in the exams without asking you to, you're not creating the logical volume yourself. You're not creating the physical volume yourself. So you do not have the opportunity to, or let me say, you are not required to create any, to define any physical or logical volume. So let's go to our terminal and just get to this straight away. First, let's see if you remember from the previous video, that's from from part 4, we did look at LV create, and to verify if the logical volume has been created, we use LVS. So we can use LVS, that's LV logical volume. So LVS, so LVS logical volume scan or logical volume show. I do say show anyways, but then it gives you what you're looking for. So cloud LV is what we are interested in, and you consider it's 200 MB. The exam question here, it's asking us to extend this or to resize. It did not say extend. We can do LV reduce or LV extend, but since it is going to increase the size, that's LV extend. And what the bit we need to also understand that is very important is it says also while resizing its file system. So this while resizing its file system as well. So now we have that already. So LV extend, it's LV extend. So let's say you are new to this and you do not know what LV extend is doing. It's easy. As always, I always encourage you to do to use man pages. Man LV extend. If I hit enter, it says add space to logical volume, and then you can go through and use and search for examples if there are any. Yes, of course there are. So you can see, for example, this one, you are extending the size, you're adding 54 MB to it, and then this the volume, the logical volume you're trying to use. So use a specific, if you want to extend using a specific physical volume, you also do that. So but in our own case, so let me see, for this we're extending this logical volume for this example, and then you want to use your resizing, extend the logical volume by using the space on this physical volume, this disk. So let's go back to our terminal. So LV extend, right? So we want to extend the logical volume by size. We want to increase the size. So in this case, it says to 250. So let's say we want to increase that plus 50. And what we want to do is specify what's the path. So it's cloud. You can see, if you do not know the path, you can see it's here. It's very easy to find out. So cloud LV and cloud VG. So cloud VG, it's sitting, cloud LV is sitting on cloud VG. So cloud, and that's it. This is the logical volume we want to extend. As I said, or as the question is asking, we need to specify -R here is going to resize its file system as well. So if I hit enter, so what does, oh, equal, of course, not equal, is dash. Why did I press that? Yeah, so it's usually what I just start from here. It says successfully resized. That's what matters. So extend file system ext4. In some cases, you would see scenarios where you might be, some might suggest that, okay, no, mount the file system, extend it first, then you do the, or mount it, extend, then you resize, you use resize to FS. But using -R will do that in the same, same line, same command. You are extending and you're also changing the file system. How do we verify? Just LVS as we did before. Now we can see that the size isn't 200 MB anymore. It's 252. It's okay because it falls under this category. We do not have control over what the physical extent size is, what the logical extent size is. So that's none of our business. It doesn't concern us. We have already extended it and that's it. So the next task is AutoFS. Create, let me clear the screen and let's start. So it says create a user Bobby. I want to be seeing this while we type. Anyways, create user Bobby is just user add. What do we want it to have? -U is the UID. So the UID is 4000, just so it matches with what's on the server. On the exams, you might not be required to create this user because the user might be there already, but just in case you're being asked to. And then you also not have access to the server side as well. But because this is a lab, this is a practice session, I have the server, which maybe I might probably skim through later just so you see the setup. But this is the NFS server. This is where it's been hosting it. This is where Bobby's home directory is coming from. So let me keep that. So user add UID of this, and then it should have no home directory. That's -M option. If you need to go through user add, just do man user add, and then it should have a base directory of mnt net dir. I don't think we've created this directory, but yeah, let's if it's not there, which I am sure it's not, it's going to shout to say there's no. So yes, I think that's it. Create this user. The name of the user is where is it? The name of the user is Bobby, and it's this their UID. They don't have a home directory, but they have this base directory, and hit enter. I think that's everything. Yes. Okay, it's going to create that. So with user Bobby created already, we can ID Bobby. So just ID the user. You can see that yes, we did create the user with this GID with UID of 4000. It took the same GID as well, 4000. But this is the bit that we are interested in. So in other words, it means the server is able to talk to this user. That's the account on the server will be able to see this particular user using the same UID. So now that we have the user created, we're done with that. We need to set the password for the user anyway. So just pass WD Bobby. It says here the password should be Hoppy, HOPPY. Yes, HOPPY, and that's it. So now we have the user. Now the next thing we need to do is to configure AutoFS, just so the user, remember the home directory of the user is not the normal home directory, as it doesn't even have a home directory. It's going to use a home directory from the server, the NFS server at this location. So first, before doing anything, we need to make sure that AutoFS is running. So if it's not running, it should be installed or running anyways. We just systemctl status AutoFS. If it's not there, just dnf install -y AutoFS. You need to check if it's running. If you're in your exams, check if it's running, and if it's not, then please do make sure it is if it's not installed. But if you do, now that we've installed systemctl, if we do status on this AutoFS, hit enter, now it's there but it's not enabled. So what do we do? So let's do systemctl enable, use -- now option just so it can start at boot time. So AutoFS, now it's been enabled. We can do systemctl status AutoFS, so we can see it's active and it's running. That's fine. That's what we need first. So next thing is to see if can we even talk to this server, right? This server is repo.rhcsa.home. It could be an IP address. It depends on what you have been provided with in your exam. So it could be an IP address, but in this case we're given a host name. So let's try to see if we can talk to the host name. RHCSA.home, that's the name. Where is it? RHCSA, I probably missed a ping. Repo.rhcsa.home. Yeah, that's it. So it goes just fine. We're happy with that. So what we need to do is to have this mount point, which I believe it's there. netdir. No, okay. So let's create the mount point. mkdir mnt netdir. Yep, it's there now. So AutoFS uses the concept of you have to create a map file and then you put in a map location, and map files will typically be in etc auto.master.d. So if I enter here, it's empty for now, but we can create a file here. Let's call this rhcsa.home. You can call it anything, just have .home. So insert, you can either use direct mapping or indirect mapping. Indirect mapping is more flexible and can cater to multiple users. So you're not mapping directly just one user to from the client to the server. You're not mounting just a user's home directory. So I would strongly advise that you get familiar with using indirect mapping, just so you can easily deploy this in a production environment where you typically have a lot of users to sort of mount their home directories remotely. So I want to mount all star. So the options I want to use for this read write, you can have more options if you want. Read write, it's simple, and the server I'm mounting from is repo.rhcsa.home, and that location is what's been exported by the server is provided for us here. So home, the home directory of user Bobby. If I specify this path directly, it's just going to mount Bobby's home directory. But what we're doing here is this ampersand is saying bring any home directory from that server. And as I said, this will work just fine. And I encourage indirect mapping if it's not specified specifically in the exam question. If you go into exams and they say it has to be direct mapping, just one-to-one, then, but it's I have not seen all the practice questions I've seen. I've taken the RHCSA myself, and it's you're being given the problem and it's left for you to solve it and how best you think. What matters is it efficient, is it correct? That's what matters. So in this case, we've got this, so it's going to mount from this directory, from this remote location. If you're given an IP address, use it rather than the host name. So right quit. Now we've got the file here. I can cut it. I'm already there. I don't need to. So let's see. I can cut the file again. You can see. Now we need to mount this and in auto.master. But let me just open auto.master. Let's see auto.master so that you can see where there are some examples here, already that are existing. But we can go to the bottom of the file and just do ours. So the mount point is mnt netdir, that we want to mount the remote directory, and then the map file is here. It's in etc auto.master auto.master.d, we called our file RHCSA.home, and that's it. Just right quit, and what you need to do is restart AutoFS. So systemctl, of course, systemctl, and what do I want to do? I want to restart AutoFS. Hit enter, and that's it. So if we, well, AutoFS is running, so systemctl status, of course, just but it's on. We didn't get any error, so it's running. It's fine. How do we verify? I think that's us done, but how do we verify? So it says here login as user Bobby. If we did what is being asked of us, I mean what this question is asking us to do, then user Bobby's home directory should be this rather than, you know, being in /home. So let's see. We can su as Bobby. Yes, Bobby, not just su dash then the user Bobby. Hit enter. Cannot change directory to mnt. So what happened? What did we miss? We must have missed something. Let's see. So let's go back to being root RHCSA.home. I am in etc.auto.master. If I cut this file again, let's see, RHCSA.home, and I am mounting, yes, everything. And then if I vim etc auto.master, what did we miss? mnt netdir, that's the name, right? Yes, mnt netdir etc auto.master.d, that's the map file, which is rhcsa.home. So what's the problem? Right quit. Can we, okay, let's try and troubleshoot this. So show mount -e, let's see what the server is exporting. Report.rhcsa.home. Oh, okay. Show mount -e, command not found. Don't we have, okay, systemctl status NFS utils. Okay, I see. I think it's good that this happened, because we should have checked. I should have checked that NFS is even running on this. We have NFS here. So what do I need to do? Systemctl status. I've checked NFS utils. Let's see NFS server if that's in. But anyways, let's just install. So dnf install NFS server NFS utils -y. But we have AutoFS. But yeah, okay. So let's NFS. Oh, NFS utils. Only NFS utils will install that for us. Yes. So let's go back. Hit enter. Yes, NFS utils. Yes, it's going to install that. So systemctl enable now NFS server. Yes, that's enabled. System. Okay, we have that already. So let's go back and let's restart AutoFS again, right? Yes, systemctl restart AutoFS. Yes, we've got AutoFS up again. So let's try and go in as, let's check what show mount -e, what is the server exporting to us? Report.rhcsa.home. Yeah, okay. Now so you at least I think it's good that this happened. So the server is exporting this home Bobby to us, to this network, and we are part of this network. Our IP address falls under this category. If I ifconfig, you can see it falls under that subnet, not category. Yeah, so 70.3. So we're fine. Now we can su dash as Bobby. This should work. I pray it works. Yes, that's it. If we now pwd, that's it. We've got mnt. The home directory of Bobby is mnt. Yes, I think it's good that this, well, although not planned, obviously, but it's good that it happened, just so you know things probably to check, to look for if this doesn't work. So yeah, that's it essentially. Now user Bobby is able to, if I ls here, for example, or p, this is the home directory of user Bobby. What this means is that Bobby can go on any computer that's a client of the NFS server and just log in, and they're going to have their files. And next one would be part 6, which will be to deploy, configure, and maintain running systems. So yeah, that would be the next video. After that, we'll do manage basic networking, and then users and groups. 9 would be manage security, and would finish off with manage containers. When we're done with this, you'll be more than ready for the RHCSA exam. So thanks. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.